Beneath the Earth's surface lie secrets from civilizations long forgotten. But sometimes, ancient mines reveal things far stranger than gold or silver, treasures, artifacts, and even mysteries that defy explanation. From objects that shouldn't exist to discoveries that rewrite history, these are the top 10 ancient mines that contained things no one was prepared for. The mummies. In 1993, miners working in the Doak salt mine in Iran stumbled upon something that looked straight out of a horror movie. A severed, salt-encrusted head with a beard, mustache, and even a gold earring still in place. This was the first of several naturally mummified bodies, now known as the saltmen of Iran. These unfortunate miners were neither buried nor embalmed. They most likely died during cave-ins and were preserved by the salt over centuries. Some were found with their arms still raised, frozen in the exact position they were in at the moment of death. According to Dr. Lena Ostrom from the University of Zurich, these mummies are rare examples from ancient Persian periods and remain the only known preserved salt mummies in the world. So far, at least 6 complete mummies, possibly up to 8, have been discovered. Titanoboa. In a massive coal mine in northern Colombia, one of the largest in the world, researchers made a discovery that sounds like something from a monster movie, a gigantic prehistoric snake named Titanoboa. Around 58 million years ago, this region was a hot, swampy jungle teeming with giant turtles, enormous crocodile-like creatures, and lungfish that grew up to 7 feet long. Among them slithered Titanoboa, a snake over 40 feet long and weighing more than a ton. Paleontologist Jonathan Block described finding its bones as being like someone handing him a mouse skull the size of a rhinoceros and saying it was a mouse. Over 100 vertebrae from at least 28 Titanoboas were uncovered, along with a skull that revealed more about its diet. This colossal serpent remains one of the largest snakes ever to have lived on Earth. Oldest water ever found. Deep inside a mine in Timmins, Ontario, scientists from the University of Toronto discovered water estimated to be about 2 billion years old. The find was made in 2016, building on a previous 2013 discovery of billion-year-old water at 2.4 kilometers underground in an active copper, zinc, and silver mine. Lead researcher Oliver Warr explained that they identified the water's age by measuring trapped gases such as helium, argon, neon, krypton, and xenon. This ancient water is up to 8 times saltier than seawater and provides unique insight into Earth's ancient atmosphere and conditions. While it wouldn't be pleasant to drink, Ward joked, "It would taste absolutely disgusting. It might still be capable of supporting life, making it an extraordinary window into Earth's deep past." Stone Age sisters. Over 6,000 years ago, 2 sisters lived and worked in a harsh mining community in what is now the Czech Republic. Their remains were found in a prehistoric mine in South Moravia, buried deep in a vertical shaft, one laid directly on top of the other. Discovered around 2008, their story resurfaced recently when researchers published detailed facial reconstructions in June last year. Archaeologists believe they were buried there because they had worked in the mine, though it's also possible they were sacrificed or killed when they could no longer work. One sister had a badly healed broken forearm but appeared to have been forced to continue laboring. The burial was unusual. Archaeologists found a newborn placed on the older sister's chest, though genetic tests confirmed it wasn't her child. Even stranger, a dog skull lay near the top sister's head, with the rest of its bones beside the lower sister's remains. Fet mats. In the Fallon mine, a remarkable discovery was made deep in a water-filled, abandoned tunnel. A perfectly preserved body, showing almost no signs of decay on the clothes, hands, or face, despite having been missing for 42 years. The man was identified by his former fiancée, Margaret Olddaughter, as Fetmats Israelin, a miner who vanished in 1677. When recovered, his body dried and hardened like wood, earning him the nickname the petrified miner. However, he wasn't truly petrified. His preservation was due to copper sulfate or vitriol coating his body. Once the vitriol evaporated, decay began. Fetmat's body was displayed for 30 years before being buried in 1749, but during church renovations in the 1862, his remains were found again and displayed until 1930, when he was finally laid to rest for good. Modern images of him are actually replicas, not the real body. The world's oldest known mine. The Guinea mine in southern Africa holds the title of the world's oldest known mine, dating back an astonishing 43,000 years, long before cities, agriculture, or writing existed. Early hunter-gatherers mined hematite, a reddish iron-rich rock, not for tools or weapons, but for its ochre pigment. This powder was likely used for body decoration and rock art. Using simple stone tools, miners chipped away at the rock by hand, and in the 1972, researchers found ancient digging tools made from bone and horn, along with evidence of smelting from at least 2,000 years ago. Mez Aynak. In Afghanistan lies Mez Aynak, a massive copper deposit that, at first glance, appears to be just another rocky hill. Beneath its surface, however, is one of the world's oldest known copper mines, dating back more than 5,000 years. Archaeologists also uncovered the remains of a vast Buddhist city built directly over the ancient mine, complete with temples, monasteries, hundreds of statues, and intricate murals. This rare combination of industry and spirituality meant that mining and meditation took place side by side, something almost never seen in history. Shackles from an Egyptian gold mine. In 2024, archaeologists excavating an ancient gold mine in Egypt unearthed 2 sets of iron ankle shackles dating back to between 250 and 200 BCE. Found inside a storage building at the Goza mine, these restraints are among the oldest shackles ever discovered in the Mediterranean. Historical records describe prisoners of war and criminals being forced to work in Egyptian mines, but at Goza, researchers had believed the miners were mostly free laborers, since there were no signs of heavy security like guard posts or locked quarters. The discovery of these shackles, however, has rewritten that assumption, proving that forced labor was indeed part of the mine's operations, even if on a smaller scale than in other sites.